Hello students, this is Priyanka Bagchi and I am here with you today with the first chapter of the book Honeycomb of class 7, and the name of the chapter is Three Questions. Three Questions written by Leo Tolstoy. You can see about the author, necessary details are given here. The main characters of the story. As you can see that there are four main characters. A king. This is the king. The king was on a mission to get answers to his three questions. The hermit. This is the hermit, and the hermit was an old man and he was always busy with his work. The wounded man. This is the wounded man. The wounded man was an old enemy of the king and the bodyguard of the king. Objectives are given here. You will get to learn. This is the whole chapter. The whole book is given here. And these are the main points. Here these are 8 points, and in this page the next 8 points. So I have divided the chapter, the whole chapter, in these 16 points, and I would deal the chapter with the help of these 16 points. Before we start the story, let me tell you what kind of a story it is. So this is a parable, and the meaning of the word parable is this is a short story and having a great moral lesson at the end. As I have told you that the king was on a mission to get answers to his three questions. So what those three questions were? The first question was, what is the right time to begin something? The second question was, which people the king should listen to? And the third question was, what is the most important thing for him to do? And to get answers to these three questions only was his mission. Coming back to the main points. The first point is the king and his three questions. So as you have already got to know what those three questions were. Those three questions. The first question, what is the right time to begin something? Second question, which people the king should listen to? And the third question, what is the most important thing for him to do? To get answers to these three questions, the king sent his messengers throughout the kingdom. As we all know that he was a king, he had a big kingdom, so he sent messengers throughout the kingdom to invite so many wise people around the country, around the kingdom. And so many wise people came also. And to get answers to his three questions, he even announced that he would reward the person with the best answers. As you can see, the third point says that many wise men came with their answers. Of course, many wise people throughout from the kingdom, many wise people came with their valuable, priceless, precious answers. And one by one, they started giving their answers. Coming to the chapter. The answers to the first question, what is the right time to begin something? Some wise men said that the king should set a timetable. The king should set a timetable to follow right things to do on right time. While others differed on this answer, and they said that it is not possible to predicate time. So it is not possible to set a timetable and do something important. While pondering over the same answer, so many people pondered over, so many wise people pondered over the same point. Even some of them said that the king should consult with magicians, because they are the magicians only who could tell the king the right time, the exact time to begin something. This way, people were pondering, and so many answers came for the first question. Now, coming to the second question, the answer to the second question. And in answer to the second question, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors, while others said the priests. A few others chose the doctors, and yet others said that his soldiers were the most necessary people. So again you can see that there were so many different answers for the second question also. Now coming to the third answer to the third question. Some said science, others chose fighting, and yet others said religious worship. Here also you can see so many different answers came for the third question also. That means for all those three questions, so many different answers came to the king. Coming to the fourth point, the king's dissatisfaction with the answers. Very natural, because the king was expecting some good answers, the best answers, but in result he got so many confusing answers, different answers for all the different questions. So he was not satisfied with those answers, and he even postponed the announcement of reward, giving reward to those wise men with the best answers. Coming to the fifth point, his decision to go himself to get answers from the well-known hermit. So, well-known hermit means to say it is very much sure that the king knew a person who was a hermit, well known. He was very well known in the kingdom, that's why the king knew him. And the hermit was also well known for his wisdom. Okay, so the king decided that he himself would go to the hermit. So his decision, he decided to go himself to the hermit, and he started his journey. As he was a king, he was having all those royal clothing, he was having his bodyguards with him, and he was going on his horse. Very natural. Coming to the sixth point, the king went to the hermit's house in normal attire. So just in the fifth point I said that the king was going on royal attire, and then in the sixth point I said that to the hermit's house the king went in normal attire. So what happened? Between these 2 points, what happened? Now let me make it clear what happened. Okay, so it is very natural that he was a hermit. The king was going to a hermit, and the hermit was a very normal person, a very simple person. He had not met gorgeous or royal people in his life before. He was in the habit of looking only simple persons around him. He was a very simple man. That's why the king thought that if he went with these royal attire to the hermit may not agree to meet with the king, or he may not answer the questions he was actually going to ask from him. That's why that normal attire the king had. So what those normal attires? So the king was going on his horse with his bodyguards, and before reaching the hermit's hut only, he stepped down from his horse, and he just put off his royal clothing and wore normal clothes like a normal man, a simple man. He wore those clothes, and he did not allow his bodyguards also to go with him, and the horses also he kept from afar. Now coming to the seventh point, the general conversation with the hermit. The king came near the hermit's hut, and he found that the hermit was a very weak and old man, and at that time when the king reached near the hermit's hut, he found that the hermit was doing something. The hermit was digging the earth and making flower beds. One bed, two bed. Even if the hermit was very weak, but still he was working very hard. So looking at the hermit, the king thought that the hermit must be feeling tired. So he said, he went near the hermit and he tried to introduce himself. He said that he is a normal man and he came to him to get answers to his three questions, as he knew about the hermit's wisdom. For him, for the king, the hermit was very well known, and that's why, because of his wisdom, he thought that he would get the best answers from the hermit, and that's why he came to meet him to get the answers to his three questions. All the things the king said, and he found that the hermit heard once, looked at him, and then again busy with his work. Okay, means he hardly gave any notice to the king. Of course, he was not looking like also a king in a normal attire. So that was also maybe possible. But he did not give any great look to the king. The next point, the eighth point, the king offered to help the hermit. So, finding the hermit a very old and weak man, the king thought the hermit must be tired now, because while digging the earth, the king found that the hermit was even breathing heavily. So, looking at this, the king thought that the hermit must be tired now, so he offered his help to the hermit. He was continuously asking for help, and he found that the hermit was not giving any notice to the king. When he was continuously urging to the hermit to offer his help to him, finally the hermit gave his spade to the king and sat down there to take rest. The king started digging the earth. The king was digging and digging and working very hard. And it is very natural for the king that he was not in a habit of working very hard. So he was also feeling tired. But still, when he was not getting answers to his three questions, he thought that if he would work a little more, the hermit would be impressed and he would give answers to his three questions. So still he started working, started digging the earth and digging and digging and digging. So this was the point 8, and as I have told you that we will discuss the story with the help of these points today. This much for you people. The 8 points I have dealt with. Next day, the next 8 points I will deal with. Till then, goodbye.